Have you been drinking the same coffee for so long that you can't even taste it anymore? Are you tired of spending $15 on a bag of coffee that you don't even like? Then this coffee show is for you. Welcome to the Bracketology of Coffee, Season 3, Round 4. This season we have 4 coffees from World Market taking on 4 coffees from Target. So far it's been great matchups every round, and this is the last round before we head on to the semifinals. So let me introduce the competitors. First off, we have Colombian Huila from World Market. The origin is Colombia. 12 ounces goes for $8.99. It's a medium roast. They ranked number 3 in my brackets. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think the H is silent. It's a Spanish word, Huila. So, going up against Archer Farms Breakfast Blend. This is from Target. The origin is Latin America. 12 ounces goes for $5.99. It's a light roast, and they ranked number 6 in my brackets. I'm real excited for this matchup. I love World Market, I love Target, I love light roasts, I love Colombian coffee. It's going to be a really good episode. So let me tell you how this works. My coffees are prepared in a French press. The recipe I use is 1 tablespoon of coffee grounds for every 5 ounces of water. I steep it for 4 minutes, let it cool off for about 3 minutes after that. The competition consists of 2 halves. The first half, I drink the coffees black, fresh out of the French press, and then in the second half, I add some cream. Each round, they'll be scored out of 100, allowing for a maximum score of 200 points. Let me get these coffees brewing, and we'll be right back. Alright, coffees are done steeping. I'm just letting them cool off for a few minutes. Wanted to mention a few side notes. First off, I am not a super taster. 25% of the population is thought to be a super taster, and I just consider myself an average taster. What I look for in coffee is drinkability, something that is smooth and flavorful with a pleasing aftertaste. I did want to mention something about these coffees really quick. So the Colombian Huila from World Market comes whole bean, and I actually have to grind it in the store. So I grind it to an auto drip grind so that I can match up with the grind that comes from Target. So the breakfast blend comes already pre-ground, typically set for auto drip, so we're kind of measuring apples to apples. A lot of times in a French press you want to grind it for a coarse grind, but I find that auto drip actually works perfect. So I'm excited to try these coffees. I'm going to put some coffee tips on the screen for you. And the way this works, I taste the coffees twice. On the first taste, I'm just getting an overview of both of the coffees, and on the second taste, I'll give them a score. So, let's go ahead and get started with this Colombian coffee from World Market. That's delicious. It's very smooth with plenty of flavor. I've been tasting a lot of Colombian coffees lately, and I'm not really getting that Colombian flavor, but I feel like I'm getting it out of that one. So we'll have to see what I taste on the second time around. So let me get an overview on this breakfast blend from Archer Farms. That's delicious. As you know, I love light roast coffees. I feel like you're actually tasting the bean versus tasting a burnt bean. So I like that one as well. This is going to be a really great matchup. So let me go ahead and get a score on this Colombian Huila from World Market. Yeah, that's really delicious. I could drink that all day for sure. And I am getting, as I mentioned, I'm not a super taster, but I'm definitely getting some hints of what I expect a Colombian coffee to taste like. I'm going to give them a 93 in the first round. Now for the breakfast blend from Target. Man, that one's really delicious as well. As I mentioned, I'm not a super taster, so the flavors that I'm tasting, I can't really pinpoint what it is. I relate it to a light roast coffee. You just kind of get a full spectrum of what the coffee truly should taste like. Oof, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to go ahead and give them a 93 as well. So we are even, 93 to 93, heading into the second half. I'm going to pause the video, add a little bit of cream, and I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Alright, we're back for the second half. This is actually the most fun part because the half and half enhances the flavor so much. You can really pick out the little nuances of flavor that you kind of taste in the first half, but in the second half it's way more pronounced. So I'm going to do this the same way, taste it twice, get an overview on the first taste, and give them a score on the second taste. So, start off with the Colombian coffee from World Market. Man, that is truly delicious. I really like that one. Trying to gather all the flavor in my mouth. That's really good. Let's go ahead and get an overview on this breakfast blend from Archer Farms. Yeah, that's really great as well. They're very similar in smoothness, very similar in the amount of flavor that they have. Man, this is truly going to be a tough call for me, but usually on the second taste I've got a pretty good overview of what I'm looking at, so I should be able to give them a score. Hopefully we don't end up in a tie because I don't know what I would do in that scenario. But let me go ahead and get a score on this Colombian coffee from World Market. Man, that's really delicious, and even though I favor the light roasts, this is a medium roast, but it's been roasted to perfection. I mean, I feel like I taste the coffee, I taste all of the coffee. I think I'm going to go ahead and give them a 96. Now for a score on this breakfast blend from Target. You know, I was actually all set to give them a lower score, but they truly are evenly matched. I'm going to give them a 96 as well. We have a tie. What to do? You know what I'm going to do? There has to be a winner. And so I'm going to taste them one more time and leave the scores as they are. But it's going to be like an overtime tiebreaker, sudden death. Whichever one I feel like tastes better in the moment is going to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give an overtime taste to this Colombian coffee from World Market. the longer you let the coffee cool down, the easier it is to taste the flavors. So that's why I'm thinking a third taste will taste just a little bit different. So here we go, Colombian coffee from World Market. It's really good. The flavor is very consistent on each taste. Let me go ahead and get an overtime taste on this breakfast blend from Archer Farms. Yeah, so here's the situation. That Colombian coffee is almost perfect. It's delicious in every way. This is just going to come down to a personal preference. And the light roast is just kind of has my heart. Something about it. The flavor to me is just more what I expect. So I don't know if it's fair that it comes down to a personal preference, but just know that both of these coffees are extremely delicious. So there is really no need to tally the scores since we had an overtime, but let me go ahead and tell you that I definitely recommend both of these coffees. If you prefer a medium roast, you'd probably prefer the Colombian coffee. If you prefer a light roast, you'd probably prefer the breakfast blend. They are both completely awesome, but the breakfast blend from Archer Farms is our round 4 winner. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope to see you in my next videos, which will be our semifinals. Have a great week.